So we have Melissa here from Group. And tell me, how did you find Food Freedom, and what made you say I want to reach out and learn more?
So I found it actually from my boss, of all people. And we were just talking one day, and I was like, wow, I think we really have a lot of the same struggles. And she just mentioned that she was doing this intuitive eating like course. And then I think she was doing the Body by Brie too.
Okay.
And so she said, check out, like she just gave the names, and then I checked it out, and then I did that. Sammy had um, that one session, yeah. And then I was like, I'm gonna do it. I've never really invested myself like in that kind of way, and really just yeah, it was just time to do something like that. So yeah, so I had neither one of I had ever heard anything about that, and so it was just yeah, it was a great resource. And then upon researching it a little, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely try this out. So it's been great.
Awesome. So how has your relationship with food changed throughout the process?
Yeah, I think it's more I think it's more forgiving for sure. I don't really I think you know, I don't want to say management of, or just yeah, just not sweating the salt faults, the small stuff. And if you have like a bad day, then I mean it's just truly just it is just food,
Yeah.
start taking away like I think for me, since I had such a hard thing with my mom growing up, that it's always been like this rebellious piece to me, and kind of understanding that and being like, well, you don't have to be rebellious anymore,
Yeah.
but it still sticks with you,
Yeah.
like so. Yeah, so it's just I think yeah, just a little bit more free, and certainly opened my eyes to all the total bullshit around diet culture. And I'm still over it, and I'm glad that other people are too.
Yeah. Totally. So what was your biggest takeaway or aha moment um, from our time together or through Group?
um Gosh. Hmm. I think all of it kind of put together, the joyful movement, like stop thinking of it as like exercise and just find joy in it. And then, like really sitting back and being like, well, what that do that actually like, besides it being beneficial for your body, it's great for your mind and soul too,
Right.
especially for me if I get outdoors. It's like reconnecting with things that I really like, and I love nature. So stuff like that, where honestly I don't feel like I'm exercising. It's not about that, but it's like the gain on it is like it's just great.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely like the food piece of it and letting that go. And not like get caught up, and then really kind of looking at the diet culture for what it is, and I'm not doing it anymore. I still have a lot to learn because I do have high blood pressure, so I don't I do need to reel it in, I think, a little bit more on that level some. And then honestly, I think like the body piece too is really is huge for me. And I think I made some strides on that. I'm definitely, but like you said, it's not perfect. But if you made some strides, then that is a hell of a lot better than I was in December.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm like actually looking forward to going to the beach and putting on a bathing suit and getting in the water, because quite frankly, Julie, before I would be freaking the fuck out. Sorry, and this is recorded, so it's not, about I don't care what friends I was with,
Yeah.
and so I think like letting go of some of that and just be like, so what, girl,
Absolutely.
and like I said, I have a lot of work to do on that, but like that's a big shift, and that was a big shift that needed to happen.
Yeah. So would you recommend Find Food Freedom to a friend, and why?
Yeah, certainly I would definitely recommend. um and I mean, why is all kinds of reasons, right? So I have friends that are in larger bodies. I have friends that are in smaller bodies. I will say I was really surprised by our group. I thought they would all be like larger women, and they were not. I think I was one of the larger ones, which I was really surprised by that. So, and the fact that, like they have like serious struggles too. So, right. So interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit different from mine. Um, yeah, so I think that was the thing. It was like whether, a friend is in a larger body or they're struggling because they're in a smaller body and they say, similar issues, then I think it's really more across the board for body types than I originally thought. And that's funny because a friend that is in a smaller body was asking me about that. And I was like, no, they're not. No, this is not. No.
Yeah.
If you're thinking like it's like 400-pound ladies, I'm
Right.
like, it's absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very
So
much.
really just thank you. And it was a good group too. We had I think, a really good group. There's definitely like some of those early sessions, you're like, wow, it's like deep hurts,
You know, they were very vulnerable. It was a great group.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.